No one would have expected, inside a neglected garden shed in the Hertfordshire countryside, would be planted the seed of something magical.
Hello everybody, welcome to My Life with Ferrets. I am Keeper Kate, and Scruffles and Wriggles are refusing to eat the treats that I've got loaded on my fingers because they are up in bed at the moment. They went to bed about 10 minutes ago and have decided they're not getting up. It is my job generally to entertain them, coming up with games, projects and general shenanigans to capture on camera and share with you each week. And one person who knows all about shenanigans is our guy in the chair, the master of mischief, harrier of hijinks. It is MahdDogg.
Yes, I'm all of those things. I am, because I've got so many plans in my head for the girl's birthday. And hijinks, yes, definitely part of that. Definitely.
Yeah, I can't wait for their birthday and my birthday in a few weeks' time. And the presents have already started coming in, so we've got lots of stuff to open. It's going to be very excited. Before we continue with tonight's show, though, if you're new here, welcome. We're very happy to have you. MahdDogg and I work almost full-time on making this content for you each week, and all that we ask in return is if you're enjoying it, you hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell too, and why not share it with your friends and share the floofy love with other people. If you do, you'll be playing a huge part in the beginning of our story, helping us grow to the point where we can consider taking on rescue ferrets later on this year.
Oh, I can't wait for that. More ferrets, more floof, just floof everywhere. It's everywhere I look these days, it's nothing but fluffiness. And I think it's been really good for me.
Yes.
I think it has.
I think it probably has as well. As usual tonight, we're going to be flinging open the doors to our enclosure here. 5 HD cameras covering almost every corner of the run across the weekend on Twitch. And of course, the exterior camera is on YouTube all the time. But before we do that, we're going to find out what the girls got up to this week.
Well, the girls have got up to quite a bit this week. I mean, last weekend, you brought them a brand new addition to the exterior run, made with your own fair hands and your own fair sewing machine, which is quite a natty one, I have to say. But I think that the access point that you built for getting into the hammock may have caused a little bit of a problem.
So this was obviously a couple of days after I'd installed it and we'd sort of seen it all working, and I was just watching the cameras upstairs and I saw them beginning to play in the tube, and I thought, oh good, I'll watch, because I'm still not 100% convinced that tube, when we installed it, Play P kind of made a note that it seemed pretty vertically up and down and might be hard, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to do it. Yeah. But one thing that I didn't consider was that they sometimes they go both of them into the tube at the same time, and they kind of fight for dominance of the tube, and one of them's got to go forwards and one of them's got to go backwards. And you'll see here, so they're going in now, and you'll see I was upstairs watching them play thinking, oh, this is lovely. And you can see there now Wriggles, she's struggling to get up that last bit. Scruffles is already down. She's going around the bend. She's going to drop down into the hammock any moment now. Wriggles just managed to get over the top, and now she's in that deep dip.
Yeah.
Now, this is all fine. I'm thinking, oh, they're using it. It's great. But look what happens next. Scruffles. Wriggles is just trying to get up. Scruffles goes in.
Oh, no.
Forces Wriggles down.
Oh, no.
And now they are both nose down in the vertigo. And basically, one of them's got to go backwards.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And I'm sitting upstairs watching this unfold going, there is no way either of them are going to be able to get out of that position. So I sort of leapt into action, came dashing down the stairs, and any minute now you'll see here
you are.
I'm arriving. And they're obviously, I mean, I don't think they're too stressed about it yet, because I don't think they've fully realised the predicament that they're in.
Yeah. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. They're not like, well, I'm stuck. They're negotiating at this point. It's like when you've gone the wrong way up a one-way street and you've got someone coming towards you. You're like, yeah, it goes backwards.
So I think Scruffles managed to get out. I think Scruffles there you go. Scruffles actually squeezes past Wriggles, but Wriggles is very definitely kind of wedged in that bottom now, and I think she was quite happy when I came and untied the rope and
helped her up into the hammock.
Gave her an assist. So you tell me. I mean, basically, you leave a comment in the comment section below if you think that I overreacted. Maybe I did.
I don't know. It's one of those things as a parent, because you've got to think about it like being a parent. There's times where you do just have to leap into action, and maybe it's premature, but the consequences of not leaping into action could be disastrous.
Yeah.
So your instinct takes over to take care of your pets or your children. I personally think, I'm not going to add a comment below, because I personally think you were fine. I don't think you overreacted.
I think I do a bit of speaking now. Let's listen to what I say, because I think I explain my motivation for coming down. Just getting cuddles right now, though.
That's a very grateful Wriggles.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. Let's make this a little easier. I think maybe Platy was right, huh? I think maybe Platy was right. I'll make it into an S. Okay. They could clearly manage the tube scenario that I had there when it was just one of them going forwards. But the problem I noticed developing when I was watching from upstairs is the fact that when they were battling for the tube, one of them had to go backwards, and that wasn't going to be possible. And then once they were both in the dip, it's harder to go backwards vertically. So hopefully this is going to be a better. Yes, my little babies. I was very worried for a moment, but leapt into action, and of course, everything was fine.
Yes. Well, that's it. That's the only outcome you want. That everything is fine. That they're all fluffy and happy and clearly giving you snuggles. Oh. Yeah. But that's not the only way you've leapt into action this week, is it, Miss Russell?
Oh, I have been at war this week. I'm not going to lie.
It's been getting serious. I mean, you've started to employ camouflage techniques. And I think we're going to need to talk about this after the next clip.
I've been trying to catch that squirrel at it for days now, but every time I put the cameras out, it just vanishes. So, I have a plan. We're going undercover. Poppy, what are you doing?
And now, we wait.
So, the big question is, did it work?
Well, you're going to have to wait until just before we go to the weekend coverage to find out.
Yes.
And I was on tenterhooks as well when I first saw that edit. I was like, where's the next bit? Well, I've just put everything up and you're going to have to wait. So if I had to wait, the audience has to wait.
Yeah, you had to wait a few days as well, didn't you?
I did. Dog has spoken. You can wait a few minutes.
We have had some, lots of excitement though here in the studio over the months that we've been doing it. We've been, lucky to be included in lots of different things and lots of different events. And, with COVID-19 kind of, beginning to take a back burner a bit, people are beginning to think about the future again. And we're starting to, I'm starting to get sort of bookings for things. And one of the things I do each year, which I really love doing, is the Tech4Good Awards.
Yes.
That we actually did some of it in the after show party actually in here last year. I can't believe it's already a year, but they're doing another virtual event this year, and I am going to be co-hosting it. And you made a little taster reminder of last year, and coupled it with some thoughts that I gave them about my participation. Come on! Always late to the party. Hello, I am Kate Russell. I'm a technology reporter, educator, pet YouTuber, and for the past 5 years I've been co-host of the Tech4Good Awards with Mark.
Hello everyone, welcome to the 10th AbilityNet Tech4Good Awards. It's the 10th time we've run it, but it's the first time we delivered it online.
What the Tech4Good Awards mean to me is a chance to joyfully celebrate the amazing things that people are doing with technology. Now, as a member of the technology press, I can tell you, it's very often not good news that gets the coverage, that gets the big stories. It's always like, whoa, this scary thing, or wow, that dangerous thing. And unfortunately, large swathes of the population around the world are still fearful of technology. And if all they ever see in the media is these sort of bad news stories, then Tech4Good Awards is the tonic to that. It's a chance for us to lift you up on our shoulders and celebrate the work you're doing if you are using technology for good. So whatever your project, idea or business is, it's well worth putting in for a Tech4Good award. The team at the Tech4Good Awards works so hard getting the word out after the event about these wonderful companies as well. And let's face it, we all need a bit of a boost when we're starting a new business, and not everybody's got deep pockets when it comes to marketing and public relations. So something like this is just a great opportunity to get some help getting word out about you, and for us to be able to celebrate in the media all the amazing work that people are doing using technology as a counterbalance to all those slightly negative stories we usually hear about tech. So I look forward to seeing all of your ideas and projects in the award ceremony this year. Good luck. So exciting stuff. I am co-hosting again this year. Not sure sort of how it's going to be done yet. I think, they're hoping to bring at least some sort of physical presence back again, depending on COVID. But nominations, it's open now for nominations. So if you know of a business, or you run a business yourself, or an individual, there's loads of different categories as well. There's, sort of categories for individuals too, and categories for educators. Just go and have a look at the website, Tech4Good Awards, and you can enter. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't. What have you got to lose? Just enter, and maybe you'll get shortlisted.
That would be fantastic. That would be great to see somebody who's watched FerretTube and learnt about the Tech4Good Awards enters and wins. That would
Yes,
be amazing.
and then I end up giving them their award on stage. How about that?
Even better. Even
It could
better.
happen.
You
It
could
could
meet
happen.
the ferret lady in person. It's impressive,
ferret
I
lady.
tell you. Yeah.
So, back to the girls, I think.
I think it is. It's time to go back to the girls. And what better way to start your day or end your day than having a bit of a snack in bed?
So there's our Scruffles coming in, having a quick look round, going, no.
Now, probably waking Wriggles up, telling Wriggles to get up because I think we can hear you calling outside. But Wriggles being Wriggles, she's having a bit of a having a bit of a maze.
She's always quite slow to come out of the bedroom.
Eventually, she does make her way outside.
Oh, I think she only came out halfway though. Her front half of her body came out so that she could just eat the she's not been eating her treats, her meds this today and yesterday. It's been a struggle to get her to eat her meds.
Well, I think this might be the answer. She's snacking in bed.
Oh, she's always
Look.
in bed. Yeah.
Scruffles might have a stash, but Wriggles has got one too.
Wriggles, actually, Scruffles stashes things in like the in the bottom of the tower or something, and then Wriggles will come and get it. You know, she'll wait until Scruffles is sort of gone, okay, yeah, that's safe, and then she'll come and get it and take it up to the bedroom. So yeah, Wriggles likes to gather all the snacks in the bedroom, and then, as you can see, tuck herself up in bed and have a good old chow.
Well, who doesn't like a bit of a snack in bed?
Although I have to say, Wriggles has not been that, but she hasn't seemed that well this week. She seemed a little off her treats. It's been really hard to get her to take the pill, the metronidazole. Scruffles is much easier. She seems to accept it much more readily. But Wriggles and today she's been doing this strange coughing sound.
Yeah.
And so I wondered if she's got like maybe a dry throat, or she's caught something in her throat, or she's, you know, it's weird. It's just been today, since this morning. She was doing it a little bit when I came in today, so I'm not going to worry until tomorrow. She's still doing it tomorrow. But we do have an ongoing situation with the vet anyway. So I think this is a good point to talk about the vet's situation. Those of you who've been sort of following the story will know that my previous vet had decided that there weren't any more treatment options and it was just a long-term IBS, and it's basically meant that we're not compatible because I don't accept that as a diagnosis. I think, especially not with the information that we've had about ECE, and my requests to consider that, have not transpired in an ongoing working relationship with them. So I need to find a specialist vet.
Yeah.
I've agreed with them that that's what I need to do. They've sent me all of the history and the records that we've got so far. And my plan is to try and find a vet and actually send them information about where we're at first, and that, and so rather than just go with the next person who says that they're a ferret vet, actually say to them, look, this is what we've done so far, this is where we're at. Before I bring the ferrets to you and agree to sign on with you, what exactly would be the next stage for you? And just, wait until I manage to speak to somebody who seems to know what I'm talking about, and if that means that I have to travel a considerable distance to see them, I'm hoping if it's only one, we can go there one-off, get the diagnosis, get the medication that we need, and then be left to it, then I'm willing to do that. And I think it's important to get somebody who knows. Yeah. He's a specialist. And that's not anywhere that's local to me. We need to have a conversation, actually. I'm kind of relying on the audience and the people who'll be with us on Twitch over the weekend. We'll sit down and we'll have a chat and see if anyone's got any suggestions on how we best go about finding an appropriate vet. And also, we can look at the online. Anthony Sack suggested recently an online vet. I think they're called First Vet or something. So we'll need to look at that and talk about the pros and the cons and see if we can have a plan of action going forwards. I'm not it's not an urgent worry to sort of sort out a new vet tomorrow, because we've still got the metronidazole, we're still going with that treatment. It does seem to be having a positive impact on Scruffles, but I don't know what's going on with Wriggles. But I think we've stabilised their weight loss now, and I'm able to supplement their diet with the duck soup and the encouragement, and that seems to be keeping their weight on. So although they're still displaying diarrhea and blood in their feces, so they're not better. We are managing it now, but I'm just not prepared to accept that it's especially when we haven't explored ECE, a proper treatment for ECE as an option. I'm not prepared to accept that it's just long-term genetic IBS. And the other worry, of course, is if we want to bring new ferrets into the enclosure, if it is a communicable virus, then we're going to just be giving the problem to another ferret. So, I definitely am not happy accepting that and just, sort of sticking my head in the sand, so to speak. So that's where we're at. And we'll include the chat, and if anyone's got any suggestions, if you're watching this on YouTube after the weekend, then please do leave your suggestions in the comments below, as to just how I go about finding a vet that actually... Because I've been through 2 now that purported to be ferret experts, and, it transpired that neither of them were actual experts.
Yeah.
So...
Well, if any of you out there who are watching have any suggestions of places we can look to find some information on where we can find a vet that will specialise with ferrets, then, as Kate says, let us know in the comments below, or hop onto our Discord, which you can find in the links beneath in the description, or contact us on any of the places that we are on social media, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram or TikTok. If you've got any info, we'd be really happy to listen and take it on board.
Yeah. And when I say, they're not ferret experts, what I mean by that is that they haven't done additional qualifications in ferrets as a species. They're qualified veterinarians and, they have experience with ferrets, but what we need is somebody who's actually got, sort of an in-depth specialism in ferret care. Because it seems like we're not as advanced in our veterinary care in the UK of ferrets as they are over in America. It certainly seems that way to me.
Well, it's definitely something that we can look into and get some help on, and, as we say, involve you out there, out in the audience. But I think we've made people wait long enough to see whether or not the YouTuber managed to actually catch the squirrels.
balance next to you. It's true. Nowadays there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell worry goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. We're beyond good. I've never been so ready. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell worry goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell worry goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be.
So I don't know if you can hear at the end of that in the background, the squirrel's just swearing
Oh,
at
yeah.
Cappy. He's obviously
Furious.
got up the tree and we're saying... Cappy definitely, caught him off guard a little bit at the end there. But I got so many shots of that squirrel. Actually, the sun was awkward because a lot of the time the sun was sort of flaring on the lens and it was difficult to actually see what was going on because of where that position was. But I was glad I managed to capture it on camera. It's completely destroyed that hanging nut feeder. I've had to take the hanging nut feeder down now because it's just got all the bits of wire have just been peeled off the side and there's just a big hole on the side of it now. So I'm going to get a new bird feeder. At some point, get a new bird feeder that's more secure. And I'm also super annoyed with the squirrels because I've had to put netting over all of the bulbs and the strawberries because they keep digging.
Oh.
And I don't know if they've been digging to take the bulbs away, but they're also digging in the strawberries, like digging in the middle of it. So I've actually put white netting over over all of the pots at the moment until at least things sort of sprout and then hopefully they'll lose interest in them.
So you've got a ferret-proof shed and a squirrel-proof garden.
Well, yeah, it wants to be squirrel-proof, but it might prove a bit harder than... it's going to be interesting seeing if I can find a bird feeder that I can put nuts in that they won't destroy as well. So there may be more on that in the future.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like watching Cirque du Squirrel. I think, I mean, all that upside down balance, it's actually quite impressive when you get down to it. I mean, I know Tom Cruise is lauded for doing all his own stunts, but even he'd be wearing a harness on the side of a plane. That squirrel, no safety line, none whatsoever.
That squirrel's definitely got some bravery, but yeah, it's fun watching them, and I look forward to capturing more of them.
We do happen to be those squirrels' biggest fans, I think, even if they do drive you a little bit crazy. But speaking of fans, it's always great for us to receive something from a fan, be it on social media, a like, a share, anything like that. But sometimes fans really connect with what it is that you've been doing. And we received a fabulous message on Instagram earlier on with attached our first piece of fan art, which I think is fantastic. I'm going to reveal the art and then read the message, but here it is. Kate, if you want to shuffle to your left just a touch. Bingo!
Yay!
There
and
we go.
Our Scruffles and Wriggles.
It is
The
down
colours are
to the
perfect.
cute little line on Wriggles' belly. and everything.
All the flowers in the garden and, you know, all the stuff that we're doing, it's all kind of around it. And it's just absolutely adorable. It's an Instagram account that sent it to us, isn't it? What's the Instagram account's name?
It is indeed. We've been sent this by someone called Plum Blossom 13 on Instagram, who sent it along with this message. Hello, I made a drawing of your beautiful ferrets. I follow you on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. I love your videos and publications. Thank you for sharing the life of your ferrets. Greetings from Argentina, with a smiley face and a heart.
Oh, Plum Blossom from Argentina. Thank you so much. We absolutely love it. Really,
It's
seriously.
amazing.
We're going to print it out and find a spot to put it up here in the shed, which is always our intention.
Yes.
We've got some stuff as well from Annie, who, I mean, in some ways hers was the first piece of artwork we received, sort of like homaging the girls, but she's part of the family,
Yes.
you know, sort of she's part of the team here as well. But it's so lovely to just know that we're connecting with people out there in the big wide world and that they're enjoying watching the girls' journey. So thank you so much, and thank you for that precious message as well.
Thank you, Plum Blossom 13. We really do appreciate it. Oh, I love that. It's gorgeous.
And that's got me all feeling all warm and fuzzy and ready to find out what the girls get up to next. Might leave the door open. It's a bit sunny. I can adjust the cameras. But it's nice to have the sun shining, isn't it, ladies? So you want to come out and say hello? Whee! What's going on? Let's see if I can get them revved up. Oh, did you get scared because I banged? Come here. What's this? What's this? Ooh.
I think about us, I think about us calling. I think about us, I think about us falling through the dark night and through time towards the light when you'll be mine. I think about us, I know the dawn is for us. I dream about us, I dream about the stardust. I dream about us, I dream of how it started and how it's all connected to everything we'll ever do. I think about what the future's holding for us. I think about the gravity and how you are pulling me. I think about the many ways I am falling for your grace, and of all the possibilities to think that you would be next to me. Think about all the time I think about us. I think about all the time that lies before us. I dream of all the things to come and of all the things we've done. I think about time and how it changes for us. Considering all the stars that came before us and how everyone has made it for us. Think of the future that has passed.
question is, what do we do about vets? How do we find a good vet that is experienced? And will understand. And effectively, I think what I'd really like to do is explore this ECE diagnosis, potential diagnosis. Because just from what I've read and from the feedback from Duke_crew on Instagram, who has extensive experience with their own ferrets and friends' ferrets with this condition. So, suggestions are really welcome. She wants the pen.
You want the pen? Do you want the pen? Do you want the pen? What's this? What's this? What's this?
No, it's my pen. She really wants the pen. So suggestions welcome. MahdDogg thought maybe to phone the RSPCA and see if they have any suggestions. There are a couple of suggestions from my vet that I can try, but they are quite a distance away. One of them is in Camden. It's a sort of a specialist exotic pet hospital, and they definitely have ferret specific specialists. Also a couple of other ones. One was in Essex and one was in Swindon. So they're a distance away. But I'm prepared to, if I know that this, who we're going to see is going to take seriously the consideration of ECE and issuing a treatment plan, and that they exhibit confidence that their treatment plan is better than the one suggested by Duke_crew. If so, I think my best strategy is to seek out these specialists, send them the ferret's medical history that I've had sent to me. I've had their records sent to me from the vets, and basically just ask them, what they think. Send them all of the information that I have, and the fact that I think it's ECE, and the fact that I've had a communication from somebody with experience, and see what their reaction is. And if I find a vet that responds positively to the idea of exploring it for a treatment, then I will travel a distance to go and see them, because presumably I won't need to go and see them like every 5 minutes. It's going to be go see them, examine the ferrets, and execute what we've previously agreed upon, considering ECE as seriously as an option for treatment. I don't know what you think. If you think that that's whereabouts in Essex, Anthony, I don't know. I just have the names jotted down on a pad at the moment. This all happened yesterday afternoon, and I was busy, obviously, preparing for this evening. Worst thing is you should rent a car. Yeah, I mean, they're getting there is not, it's going to be obviously not ideal to take the girls on a journey when you don't have to, but to go and sort of get treatment spoken about. I genuinely think my best bet is to approach several vet options with all of the information, and take a temperature on how they respond to that. The other thing that we could consider, suggested by Anthony, was an online service called First Vet, and you can book an appointment in 30 minutes with a qualified UK registered vet, and it happens over video, and it's £20 during business hours and £30 out of business hours. So on the face of it, an interesting proposition. Unfortunately, I sort of followed up this week with some communications with them, just asking, if, number one, if they have ferret experts, and number two, what the process is should, a diagnosis require some prescription treatment, for example. Would they write the prescription, in which case I could take it to my old vet just to have the prescription filled, or take it to any vet to have the prescription filled. But they said no, unfortunately their vets do not write prescriptions. Their vets just do an initial consultation and then make a referral. I also wasn't thoroughly confident that their ferret expert would be a ferret expert, because they said they had one vet who was an exotic pet expert. So there is no real guarantee that she's going to be, sort of across the nuances of ferrets, because there do seem to be many. If they can't write prescriptions, all they're going to do is refer me on to somebody else, and then I'm going to be in the same situation, potentially. And as I said, I'm not confident from what they said about this exotic specialist that she would necessarily have the required experience of ferrets, or the required sort of additional training involved with ferrets. So that's where we're at, really. Going to just, unless anybody comes up with other suggestions of how to go about it, my plan over the next couple of weeks, and of course we're off next week, we've got a reflection week, so it'll give me time to do a bit of research and outreach on this regard as well. I'm going to just seek out 3 or 4 vets, wherever they happen to be in the country, who are definitely specialists in ferrets, and communicate with them or their practices to see whether or not they're happy to consider the information that I have. I think that's all I can do. So yeah, suggestions, welcome. Stick them in the comments, stick them in our Discord. All the places you need to get in touch with us are in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, and of course if you're here on Twitch. Today you already know how to get in touch with us, and I'm sure you'll do it if you have suggestions. The suggestion box on Discord is open. So what with it being Saturday, it's time to weigh the girls. My predictions for this week, oops, as I drop Wriggles, my predictions for this week are that potentially Wriggles has lost a bit of weight, but I think Scruffles has been eating really well for the last 3 days, so I think she may have gained. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Right, ladies, come on. They know what's coming. On. Okay, who's first? Wriggles first. She is 819. 821. And Scruffles. $7.18. 821, $7.18. Oh. They've both lost weight. Scruffles is down 3 grams from 721 to 718. And Wriggles is down from 851 to 821, so she's lost 30 grams this week. I'm not massively surprised about that because she's really been off her food. And you both lost weight this week. I'm very disappointed. Well, maybe it's just because I didn't feed them before. Good girl. Okay, folks. Earlier on in the show, last night, for those of you watching now, I promised you some bubble wrap action. And bubble wrap action you're going to get. Ladies! What's this? You were just going to pop the bubbles, Wriggles. Is that what you're doing? She's doing what every human does. Well, that is it from us here at FerretTube TV. The girls are fast asleep in bed, so it's time once again to turn out the lights as I prepare for another week living with ferrets. But you're not going to see it next week because we are having a reflection week. We do it every now and again. There'll be no regular show next Monday because of this, but we will be having another live gaming night to plug the gap in our schedule, and that'll start at 9 p.m. next Monday instead of the usual premiere time of 5 p.m. Don't worry though, we will still be posting new videos of the girls every single day, and the Outside Run is of course always live on YouTube, so make sure you ring that notification bell so you'll be among the first to see any new floof that goes online. You can get social with us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to become a super supporter, head on over to Patreon, where you'll get early access to the weekly clips, exclusive footage from our Patreon cam when we get time to do it, and you'll be helping us prepare to open our doors and our hearts to rescue ferrets later on this summer. All of the links that you need are in the description below. We also welcome your comments there. Come and say hi, why not? Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks, ferret fans.